Hi, y'all. My name is Denasia, and I'm a 22-year-old Type A Black girl from Las Vegas who just moved to New York City last year to work for L'Oreal as a financial analyst.
Hey y'all, my name is Faith, and I'm a 23-year-old Type A Black girl from AZ living in Denver, working remotely for Cisco as a business analyst.
This season is finally here, and we can't wait to share more about our personal lives, working big girl jobs,
relationships, and life in general as Type A Black girls. Hope you enjoy.
Hi, guys. Welcome back.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to Type A Black Girls, Season 7, Episode 7, girl. We almost done.
Hey, 777, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it feels crazy. This is going by really quick. And I mean, I guess we're just one step closer to 2024.
That part, very
All the
excited.
things we have in store for you guys. I know we keep hinting at it. Y'all probably annoyed, like, girl, what is it? And we're not gonna tell you. So just wait.
Just go ahead and wait. But before we go heading into the episode, we're gonna go ahead and start with the classroom announcements. Please click the link in our link tree or in our show notes to join the Type A Black Girl community on GroupMe. We'll be talking about anything and everything. Today I said Happy Pink Friday to those who celebrate. Like, there's a whole bunch of stuff, girly stuff. And it's just a really fun time. We have created a really cute community, and it's fun. It's for the girls. We are also reading Verity. I think all of us have finished it by now, but if you're listening to this or watching this on Saturday, the book club is December 10th, Sunday, at 8 p.m. EST. Just type that into Google, and then you can figure out what your time zone is. EST is what I base everything off of. And we're gonna post something probably Sunday morning, just so all the girlies can be reminded. But you should already be in the GroupMe, and you'll know. So join the GroupMe. It's a fun time, okay? And then subscribe to the YouTube channel, okay? We've been talking about this for the past few seasons, okay?
And we still not at 200. I need y'all to lock in.
Okay, and Anita does a lot of work on the editing side, okay? And her laptop
my laptop sounds like the airport every time it's time to upload. It'd be taken off. Like, so please subscribe.
Please subscribe. But we're at 189 subscribers. Let's get to 200 by the end of the season. And really enjoy this season because we got a lot of fun things, but fun things take time. So just a heads up, because the girls be like, "Where's the episodes?" You know, we only do 10 each season.
Yeah. Well, also something that I realized today. So you guys have always heard about our free suggestion bots. We shout out all the time. It's in our link tree. We have had 144 people submit things to the free suggestion bots, like since we started Type A Black Girls. So thank y'all. Like, the girlies have really been giving us their dilemmas. It's crazy. We've talked about 144 different topics.
Quite literally.
Over the course of 7 seasons. So
and the girlies have given us some topics.
Some juicy ones too. We be reading like, oh my, like, this is crazy.
Yeah.
So thank you guys for submitting. Keep on submitting. I don't think we had any this past week. So if you guys, maybe the holiday season is going great, but if it isn't, submit your dilemma and we will get back to you, and we'll probably cover it before the end of the season. So
absolutely. But we're gonna go ahead and get straight into Rosebud and Thorn. Girl, we forgot last episode because we were very excited. Question of the week. We didn't write it down.
No, the question was just life. That was the question last week.
It was life. We needed an update episode. We had 2 update episodes this season, but it was needed.
Yeah, too much life has happened, and it just feels wrong going into a topic and y'all don't know what's going on.
Yeah, y'all need to know. And I also didn't know. Like, her entire Puerto Rico trip, I had no clue what's going on. So all I saw was, y'all know, Denasia posts food and island. I mean, and scenery.
I don't know what else to post. Like, I genuinely be like, I don't know what else to post besides the beach and us having fun and outfits and food. I'm running. I don't know what else to do. Like, that's all I got.
I'm trying to piece together what's going on, and I'm one of our close friends, and I still don't know what's going on. So I'm like, I cannot wait for the recap. And honestly, it makes the recap that much better because I'm like, oh, that's what that post was. Because very, very fun. Maybe we'll do question of the week at the end. I need to think. I need to let some gears twirl because I can't think of one right now.
Oh, actually, I have one. What is the worst Christmas movie? Like, one you just maybe this is targeted for me because I got to answer right.
I'm like, that was off the dome for
very
real.
Specific.
Just because, and I don't know if you would consider this a Christmas movie, but the one where she's like, I gotta go up the mountain to save my man. I just hate that lady had to do that. It's not the worst, but the fact that she had to do that, like, Tyler Perry will pay.
Oh,
because why did he
have
do
to?
that?
I'm going up this mountain to save me. Like, no, like, just insanity. I remember seeing that and being like, huh?
Why was she
Especially when I was younger. I was real
in
confused.
the cold? Like, I mean, she met a real fine man because of it, but dang.
I know.
And he gonna bring his side piece? Like, that whole movie was truly.
Tyler Perry must pay. There's a lot of movies that Tyler Perry has to pay. Christina's gone. Like, you have to pay for that. Like, you can't get away with this.
It's like bubbling in the water,
like, bro, watching that was traumatic. I'm not gonna hold you. I was like, what's happening?
and she throws him in the water,
bro. But he deserved it.
He deserved exactly. He deserved it.
She ate that one big thing, actually. Like, yeah.
Well, the whole movie, actually.
Yeah, she did.
Yeah. Child.
And you're gonna tell her. Like,
I was waiting. I was like, I know she knows that. I know she knows that line, bro. That was so traumatic. Oh my God.
Literally mouth on the ground. Like, well, tell her. Like, come on. That's insane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I bring something at springtime.
Wait, what?
During the wedding, she was the wedding planner. She's like, I bring you. Y'all know what
I know what line you're talking about, but I can't remember. You're gonna tell her just takes so much precedence that's like, I really can't see anything else. I can't.
That hurt. And if you have never watched any Tyler Perry movies, you're not going to know any of these. But if you do, it's going to spark. So
you're gonna know.
You're gonna know.
Yeah. That and Byron. That.
Oh, Tiana Taylor. Yeah.
Please.
Why would you keep on saying that?
She's insane. Yeah, Tyler Perry. Yeah, it's crazy how much of a hold he really had. Like, if your family was a Tyler Perry family, you know,
bro.
Did
you guys fast forward through the songs? You guys actually listen to the songs?
No, we sat through them. My mom liked music, so she.
Oh my God! I watched the plays where it was like that really light skinned grandma, but I loved her so much.
No, I just remember the one where the girl was a Janine. Remember she was a crackhead? Remember that one? That was also traumatic. Because I was like, this girl fiending. Like, I was like,
this is your sign to go watch that Tyler Perry movie. I will say the most recent one is on Netflix. It's probably the newest one. It's really freaking good.
Is that the one where like the son is gay?
The son is gay, yeah. And
that one is funny. I got a good giggle out of that.
Bro, I wish I could watch that for the first time. Mr. Brown setting himself on fire.
Bro, insane. Even the white people in the show, in the movie, they was funny too. I was getting a good giggle out of them. When she said, pull up your knickers, and they said, oh.
The little accents, bro. Oh yeah, that movie. I wish I could watch it for the first time because I tried to watch it again and it wasn't as funny. But that first time, bro,
that first initial shock did it. Yeah, for a fact.
Okay, so what is the worst Christmas movie?
Polar Express. Case closed. No further questions. I'm only saying this because as a kid, okay, and I recently learned about Uncanny Valley. If y'all don't know about that, it's basically like when people's faces, and not necessarily people, but like figures in cartoons, their faces don't look human. And it's creepy. You literally just Google Uncanny Valley and you will see what I'm talking about. As a kid, that movie was so freaky to me and I could never figure out why. I see a video talking about Uncanny Valley and it clicked. I said, them people don't look like real people. The little girl with the braids does not look real. It would creep me out as a kid. And I was like, it don't make no sense. I don't like the plot. It's not giving. Like the hot chocolate song kind of ate. That's all it got. Like, I literally do not like that movie. Even as a kid, I literally remember my teacher being like, guys, we're going to have a Christmas party. We're going to have a movie. We're going to have a movie day, right? I remember praying, like, please don't let this heifer choose Polar Express. Like, and I said those exact words in my mind. Heifer and all. I said, please don't let this heifer choose Polar Express. She said, drum roll, please. Polar Express. I literally got up and went to the bathroom. I was so pissed. I was like, I don't want to watch that movie. I don't know what it is. It's just one of the movies that I have always hated as a kid. And I said it on Twitter and woo, God, they was really trying to eat me up. I said, yo, this is my opinion. Like, no, I don't like that movie. And then my friend Erica, there's a stitch on TikTok talking about why Polar Express is the greatest movie of all time. She gonna tag me in it. I said, you know how I feel about this. Like, please, no. I don't like that movie. And I genuinely think it's their faces. I think if the animation had been better, I would have liked it. But
Yeah.
their faces just creep me out bad as a kid. I did not like it at all.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, you had
Like,
them ready.
yeah, because I saw that tag and it started off. This is why Polar Express is the worst movie of all time. I said, "Oh, these are my people." And then the Stitch was like, "Actually, it's the best movie, and this is why." I said, "Erica, get off my phone."
Okay. Polar Express, Joey King, who takes the cake.
Joey, because she played in multiple movies. Polar Express is only.
If y'all don't know, Denasia has a personal vendetta against this girl. I don't know why.
I don't know why either. And she did eat in the kissing booth. Like, I know people hate on the kissing booth. I thought it was cute.
And
But
she was
I don't
cute.
know, as an actress, she just really irritated me. I guess we all have those people. Like my friend Sam, she hates John Legend. I
Yeah.
don't know why. But I mean, like everyone just has that celebrity that they just like, nah, I don't like them.
I think for me, I think it's a lot of, it's just Krishan. She just is a little bit scary for me. Somebody don't like her. She's just
I wouldn't
scary.
even I'm just afraid to mention her on the pod because I just feel like she got people.
Bro, Broadway and Krishan was on Corn's episode. So
I know.
okay. Let's go ahead and get into Rose. If you're new here, Rose is something good that happened in your week, but it's something you're looking forward to, and Thorn is something bad that happened in your week. I'll go ahead and go first. My roses, I'm going to brunch to Taipei Black Rose on Sunday. I'm very, very excited. So it's going to give brunch, nap, probably a friend update call, and then book club. So really fun Sunday, I will say.
Literally.
Also, I don't know if it's seasonal depression or I'm just in like a lull or whatever, but I was like, I need a change in my life. And like, didn't want to get a piercing. So I was like, well, my hair is 3 different colors. Like, this was black. This was still had my red from 2 years ago, just like faded out. And then I had that blonde that started literally right here. And I was like, yeah, I texted Andy. I said, I think I want to dye my hair. He said, what color? I said, jet black. He said, okay, do it. Got me there. Walked to Target, got some black hair dye. And I have some plans for my engagement photos. And I saw this TikTok and I said, my hair needs to be one color for that. Moms, I'm talking about jet black, bust down middle part.
Oh, that's my favorite style.
Mom, and I've never done it before, and I'm so excited. And like for me, because I'm a curly girl, me having straight hair, I don't look right, but I think it's because I had a wig on for graduation. I don't like being a wiggy girl. But I'm gonna get a U-part. I'm gonna get a U-part wig. Hope's gonna customize it. Her boyfriend's coming down. Gave me a quote already, and it's a really nice photography quote. Like he's like, just buy my flight and give me this much. I said, I could do that for you. So they're gonna stay here. Coming down, Hope's customizing my hair. He's doing the photos. I'm making an entire in my free time. I've been making Pinterest boards about wedding stuff. So that's been that's where we're at. Because I told myself, you cannot make Pinterest boards until you're engaged, because that's a little crazy. Like we know we're getting engaged, but like there's no need to spend our time on that until we know. So like I don't even know what kind of wedding dress I wanted, because like I wanted, if we're gonna do what I want to do with this ring on my hand, you know.
Right.
But yeah, so dyed my hair, so now I'm a black girl, and we got some photos coming up. So I was like, I want my hair to look right. Yeah.
Bust down middle part is just unclockable and unbeatable. 10 out of 10, really.
I can't wait. And the thing is, I will say this U-part wig is low up there, so I will have the same exact dress and hair for my engagement photos and my engagement party. So very excited with that. Because that dress is like $400. How's the CB don't play?
Don't. Never did. Never did. Like, but they do eat every time.
They eat. But the girlies have been like their sizes be like off, so I'm gonna get a medium, because I feel like my hips are like it's like a medium, but the girlies that was trying to get zipped up into this specific dress was like I was like, I don't want to be miserable. I like comfort, so I'm just gonna get a medium and then get it tailored to my body. So that's what we're gonna do.
I was gonna say their sizing is tight. Like
tight.
I got a set and I was like sucking it.
Yeah. And I will say, Nature got booty, I got hips. So you
combine both of us, bro. Dragging that wagon.
I don't know. It was definitely recently, but Nature finally realized she had a booty, and I'm so glad.
And it's only because I saw myself in a video. And you know what? Take videos of yourself, watch it back, so you can not like have body dysmorphia and actually know what you look like. Because unless I see a video, I cannot perceive how I truly look to other people. So it's like I saw a video and I said,
Faith might be honest.
And in Puerto Rico, Kiana was like, I know you had ass for real. Like, you know that video? I said,
You, bro. You know, listen to me. I've been saying this for ages.
you're onto something. And I saw the video. I said, okay, I feel a little bit better about my body. I always felt good. Like, I always felt comfortable. But it
Yeah.
was like, you know, yeah.
Then they just built like a bee. But okay, so like the letter B, I'm actually like a stick and then a big old thing in the back. And you wouldn't know, you wouldn't realize until you turned around. You'd be like, wow.
That's what I'm saying. I don't really wear booty attire either.
You
Like,
don't wear
not to say there is an attire, but you know what I'm talking about. Like, I don't be wearing like.
No.
I guess the stuff I be putting on my body does not match my body type, which maybe is an issue. Might have to unpack that later off camera.
Yeah. My bud is I'm going on a cousin cruise. I've been talking about this for ages, so I'm very excited. And not getting a drink package, talking about some $400. I don't even drink like that. And I was only going to buy it for some smoothies, but I got smoothies at home. So it's definitely giving lemonade, tea, and water on the Carnival Cruise. And I've never been on the Carnival Cruise, so we'll definitely unpack that next season. Because that's gonna be something. My clothes came in and they all fit really nicely, so I'm very, very excited. I got some new cute little earrings because I told myself I want to wear something white if I can every single day because during my engagement, because I'm only engaged once. And side note, I logged in Instagram. Everybody, like 4 people in a row, got engaged or were taking engagement photos. And this girl was like, everybody is taking up the 2024 slots for
I saw that. I saw that
2025 slots for weddings. And I was like, well, yeah, but also that's why I'm doing my 2026 because I don't want to be stressed. I want my date. I don't know what date I want, but I want the springtime. I want the springtime.
Yeah.
I don't want it to be I don't want it to be too close to our birthdays or any holidays or too hot. So
yeah,
that's where we're at. That's where we're at. Finally, my thorn. So I forgot to say this in the last episode when like we announced that I got engaged. If you hadn't seen it in GroupMe or the on Instagram, but a few of Lola's exes like slid in my DMs and congratulated me. I was like, that's obviously it wasn't the requested DMs, but like that's a little crazy. And then so that was one, and then another one. I call her Voldemort because I genuinely do not like her. And she basically posted on her Snapchat story, and Dammy had just like looked at Snapchat because everybody was congratulating him on there or whatever. And she was like, "Missed my chance." What?
girls are weird, and for them to be on your requested deal, we don't even follow each other.
You had to look me up.
Nah,
insanity vibes.
That's
insanity vibes. Yeah, and another thorn. I'm gonna charge it. I will say, taking birth control, and maybe it's just getting older, a combo. I don't know. I have had like less bleedy periods and more. It affects me the week before, the week after. I know, sorry, the week before, the week of, but I'm barely bleeding. But it affects more so my brain, and I just be going insane. I'm like, bro, I don't know what's worse: cramps that feel like there's a shark in there or my head just going like, you are horrible. Like, what's going on? Can we be regular, please? Lola literally only has 2 full weeks where I'm a regular person. And then it's wraps. It's like he don't know what he about to wake up to. And I don't know either. So that's been getting really, really irritating. It's like I just want to wake up and be good. And the freaking sun setting at 3 p.m. not helping either.
not
That right now. Frack. It's been really, really irritating. But just to end off this thorn with a little funny something, I've been watching How to Get Away with Murder because I just believe I'm finally at the age where I can watch this and not get nightmares. Boy, was I wrong. So I have a nightmare come Monday or Tuesday. Okay.
Annalise Keating. What's going on?
I am such a scaredy cat. I always thought How to Get Away with Murder was really, really scary. And like they be showing little dead bodies and stuff here and there, but like it's nothing too crazy. But I am a scaredy cat. So I was like, I'm finally at the age where I think I can really ingest this and I won't have nightmares. Monday or Tuesday comes, and I'm at like season 3. Like I've been breezing through this. I love after Verity. I've been feeling like a thriller girl. You see what I'm saying? So I've been feeling really good. Exactly. So I go to sleep, and I'm in my nightmare. I'm like shackled in orange, and in another country, moms. And literally, like, my defense attorney is like, yeah, you were going to have 2 months, but now you have 410 days because you were smuggling drugs. And they found more in your suitcase. And I was like, I said, 410 days in jail. She said, yeah. I said, yeah, so I'm going to kill myself because I'm not going to survive in there. And then I woke up and I was like, I literally wanted to like wake Lola up because I was so scared. I was like, oh my gosh, like, I was like,
You was about to do time.
bro, I literally was about to slip my throat because I like genuinely, I told the lady in her face, I am not going to make it in jail. So I'm going to kill myself right now because that I'm not built for that.
And who knows which foreign government you were with.
You and I think it was back when like one of the countries on Virgin Voyages. So it was either Puerto Rico, St. Croix, one of those. Like I was so freaking scared, moms. It was. I have never wanted to shake Lolo awake, but I was like, he would be so pissed off if if I told him this at like 5 a.m. and he wakes up at 7, and he'd be like, he would be caring, but he would be like,
you woke me up for 410 days you're not serving.
Yes.
But imagine being told that. That's over a year.
Moms, I know.
And dreams be feeling real. I don't know if you guys, I have very vivid dreams.
Moms,
like they feel like real life.
I can feel the shackles, moms. I had to wake myself up.
Moms, speaking of dreams, I saw this TikTok that freaks me out, literally bad, because I have very vivid dreams. This girl's talking about how she has very vivid dreams, and it always is like she feels like she's like really living in them. She said she had a dream once that she had a son, and the girlie's been having like baby dreams, like phantom babies where they wake up and they literally give birth. She said she's had those before, but she's never given birth. This dream, she gives birth in the dream. And usually, like, she can't control her dreams, but this time she was like, it was like real life. Like, she was able to control her actions. Gives birth to a baby boy. And she said a week goes by and she hasn't woken up. And she's like, what's going on? Like, I haven't woken up. Like, time is feeling like every day. Like, it wasn't like moments, like a flashback. It was like she was going through a full day to night dreaming. And she was like, what's happening? She said, fast forward to his second birthday.
What? Second birthday?
No. Second birthday. And at that point, she finally accepted that she's not going back to her old life. Like, this is her life now. It's just her and her son. She said she never had any recollection of a baby daddy or any other family. It was just her and her son the entire time. Literally lives every day for 2 years with her son. She said at that point, she accepted it. Goes on to live almost 40 years.
In the dream?
Moms. She said it felt like a second life. And then I think on her, like, because she was 20, so 40, yeah, like 60 or 70, whatever age she woke up and was back in her bed where she fell asleep. Like, it had only been one night, and literally lived and literally grieved her son because she's like, I just had a full like life with him. And the son was a grown man, like had his own kids, I think, or something like that. Yeah. Literally lived a full life, and she never knew like where she was, like what city or what area it was, but it was just her and her son. And she was like, it was not like fleeting moments. Like, I lived every single day as if it was real life. And then woke up, and she said, I literally feel like I'm like a senior citizen and I'm back in my 20-year-old body.
Oh.
Bro, I slept like this all night. Eyes open. Because what? That's so scary.
I wouldn't want to go back to sleep. Because you don't know.
So she said she has not gone back to that either ever since. Like, it was one and done. That was it. But she's like, I literally lived an entire life in my dream and then woke up. That scared me more than any scary movie I've ever seen. Because, bro, what? And she probably, like, is so attached to her, like, fictional son. Like, he doesn't exist. And she said she tried to Google him because she knew his name. Tried to Google him and see if maybe it was, like, a past life. Like, she didn't know what was going on, but couldn't find him.
Oh my gosh, moms, what the frick?
Yeah, I know. And I said, wow, as a girly with vivid dreams, I pray that never happens to me. Because I don't think I can move on. Like, I'm 70. Y'all talking to me like I'm 70. I'm wise. Like, I done lived all this life and now I gotta start over. Somebody in the comments is gonna comment immortality hack.
Don't piss me off. Don't. You're not Stephen. What? Or David. Insane. Like, what?
Insane.
Moms, what are your RBTs?
Oh my God. Yeah. Sorry. I had to say that because I was like, y'all, this is a lot. Um, First of all, this past weekend I went to Austin to my grandpa's birthday. He turned 70. It was a surprise party. And all the family was flying in, right? And first of all, we were rushing because my mom was like, I flew in first, so I had the room and stuff together. My mom flew in; she was like sick on the plane, so Kayla, and my dad called me before they get to the hotel, and they're like, "Hey, by the way, like mom's not in a good state." I'm like, "What do you mean a good state?" She gets wheelchaired into the room. She's just like, and I'm like, "What happened?" She got like really, really sick on the plane, so we was like, "I don't think we can make it." So the surprise party was at like 5 p.m., right? And we're just like, oh, I don't know if we're gonna make it. Like, mom's sick. We're rushing. Like, everybody got to take a shower after the plane. Like, they only had like 2 hours to make everything shake, right? So my mom is like, yeah, well, I don't know if we can make it. And my grandma was like, hey guys, we're heading down now. And they were driving from Killeen to Austin, which is only 45 minutes. So we had 45 minutes to rush. And I mean, granted, my aunt's house was only 2 minutes away, but we were rushing like crazy. Like, we're literally running to the house so we didn't beat them. And we don't even know what car my grandma drives now. So every car that passed us, we was like ducking down because we didn't want her to see that we were there, or like, ruin the surprise. We literally made it with like enough time because my grandma convinced my grandpa she needed ice cream. So he took her to HEB, and that saved us so much time, thank God.
Yeah.
But we surprised him. First of all, my grandpa's the type of man, like, I think this is just an older man generation thing. Like, they just don't cry. Like, they'd be like, okay, yeah, that's cool. Like, no tears, no nothing. I'm like, okay. So literally, like, when we were all upstairs, and my aunt was like, oh, Dad, we have a surprise for you. And all the grandkids start coming downstairs, and he's watching us. He's just like, oh, okay, where y'all come from? It's like, Grandpa, like, what, you done came out? He said, oh, all right, buddy, you done got tall. Like, what?
He
Like,
sure did.
And they was like,
whoa.
Yeah, he did. He really did get tall. He was like, Norman. He was like, oh yeah, good surprise, y'all, good job. Then the rest of the family comes down. He's like, oh yeah, okay, yeah, good job. Y'all didn't tell me? Why didn't nobody tell me? He looks at my dad. You my oldest son. You didn't tell me this was gonna happen. My dad was like, bro. So my grandpa, but I mean, he was just that's just how he acts. Like, and he was deep down very touched. Then his sister came down, and that's what got a tear out of him because he hasn't seen her in a minute. His sister came. We got a little tear out of him for that one.
Yeah.
And then he gave his speech, talk about he's so happy we all here and stuff.
Oh, like, yay.
But when I tell y'all, I come from a very, like, my family is a family full of why would you say that? Everyone, like, if y'all want to know where I get it from, it's both sides, really. But this whole weekend, I was just like, why would you say that? Like, it was my grandpa's actual birthday, and he don't like cake, so we was putting candles on like lemon meringue pies and stuff. And first of all, he goes to blow out his candles, and he blows. There was like 30 candles on the cake, and I'm sitting here looking around like, who put 30 candles on a 70-year-old's cake? Because now I got to blow them all out. Why would y'all do that? Like, I literally was like, come on. But he blew them all out in one swipe. Why my Uncle Tom gonna say, hey, Charlene, you put him on the ventilator before this? How he blow them all out? What? Like, why would you say that? It was like, Tom. He was like, what? I said, come on now.
What?
That was just one of the things. Like, my grandma, bless her heart, she was so coordinated. Like, my grandma, we call her Glam Mom because she's the flyest woman I know. Like, down to the nines. She be dressed down, right? She had them in matching outfits. When he was so cute. They was fly. But she got us all matching shirts, and she was like dishing out the shirts to us. And it was only about like 20 family members in their house, right? But she ordered like 30 shirts. I was like, oh, Grandma, you got a lot of shirts. And she's like, yeah, I got multiple different sizes because I don't know who done got big. Why did you say? Like, everything was just like, why would you say that? But all in all, it was a great time because that side of the family, we have not all reunited in so long. I think since I graduated high school.
Oh, wow. Whoa.
Yeah, because COVID was happening, and it was just like, we lost a good 2 or 3 years, honestly. So yeah, it was crazy. Another rose, I went out to a great happy hour last night, and I woke up and I was like, I need some soul food. And I haven't had a really good soul food since I was back home. Yeah. So I started looking up places. I feel like Keith Lee in the comments, trying to just figure out where to go. I found this place called Carolyn Soul Food. I don't know if Carolyn truly did put her foot in this or if I was just tired and hungover, but I've never tore a plate up like that. Like, the fork was almost bent. Like I literally tore it. Shout out to Carolyn. If you are in Jersey, Carolyn Soul Food. She ate, and I ordered right when they opened because I woke up hungry, so I was like, okay, they open at 11. Okay, yeah, and I was like, I'm not trying to have no food. We out of it already.
No.
So I was probably the first order, and it came Uber Eats. It came real quick. Shout out to Carolyn. I highly recommend.
Love.
The yams weren't candied, but she still did her big one with them.
Okay,
so,
love.
You know, Keith Lee vibes for real. And then last thing about the trip, so if y'all recall, I had a very bad experience with Spirit like a couple months ago.
Yeah.
They did refund me for my troubles,
Love.
but in flight credit. So I said, damn, now I gotta fly with y'all again.
Yeah.
The flight didn't have no Wi-Fi, didn't have no outlets, no leg space, no snacks. The lady on there woke me up talking about, do you want some pretzels? I said, yeah. She said, for purchase? I said, you did not just wake me up to buy $8 pretzels. Girl, get out of my face. Like, she pissed me off bad because I was knocked out and she was like shaking my arm.
Girl.
And she gonna wait to say the purchase part, which really pissed me off because I said, you know what you're doing. I literally just looked at her and closed my eyes because lady. But the people on my flight, I don't know if they just had anger issues, but everybody was just so mad. Like this man was with his family and he like, they have the restrictions for your personal item. Your personal item cannot be no check bag. It can't be no carry-on. We know this. If you've flown before, you know. Yeah. So the lady, when we're in the line to board, the lady's like, oh, you can't have that bag. Like you're supposed to have a carry-on. Yes, that's like actually like a carry-on size and you're supposed to have a personal item. He's like, nah, the man in the back told me I was good. He told me I was good. Like literally screaming at this lady in a Texas hat, mind you. He had a cowboy hat on, like literally acting like we're going to war for Texas. He's like, I don't know if you're discriminating against me because this is my state. And I'm going, why is anybody? I ain't never seen nobody ride harder for Texas than Texans because no one brought up the fact that you're from Texas. Like, bro, like, no one's discriminating against Texas. Like, and you're flying to Jersey. Like, you're not even, what are you talking about? So he's like, you know what? I'll show you. Takes his bag. You know, the little thing that we have at the airport to make sure your bag is the right size? Tried, and it's like stuffing it down there. I'm talking like he damn near jumped on top of it and was stomping into it. He was like, ah! And the lady was like, well, I mean, I guess everything's bigger in Texas, huh? Go ahead to the front and go ahead and pay that fee. Gagged them. Gagged everybody in the line. Ate them right on up.
Oh. I don't even know if I'd want to get on a flight.
He sure did go to that counter and pay that fee though. Ate him right up. He was quiet the rest of the flight. Still had the hat on. You could see him the entire flight saw him. But yeah, it was insane. Yeah, but I'm excited to go back home and see the fam and eat. My mom talking about she trying to make Christmas dinner with less sugar and fat. I said I ain't ate a real soul food meal all year. Make it how you make it. She talking about she doing alternative vegan recipes. Now is not the time to start experimenting. Stick to what you know. I'm feeling very much High School Musical. Like this is what you know. Don't do that. Don't do that. And then Thorn, on a very, very sad note, completely, I have to do this one last, but like, if you guys have heard in the news, like UNLV recently had a shooting. It was a whole thing. My mom, first of all, texted me and was like, call me. She called me, but I was in a meeting. So I was about to text her, like, I'll call you back. She can get through my D&D. And I was like, I'll call you back in a second. And she was like, call me back. There's been a shooting at UNLV. No context.
No context.
I was like, Mom, you cannot say that, because my sister goes to UNLV, if you guys don't know. My younger sister goes to UNLV, and I know she has class that day. So I was like, so I literally had to like leave the meeting. I'm like, call her back. She's like, yeah, like Kayla said there's a shooting going on. That all the students got a notification talking about this is not a drill, like there's a threat on campus. Run, hide, and fight.
It's
like, and Kayla was freaking out. She's like, run, hide, or fight? What's going on? And yeah, it was literally such a blessing. Like my mom was like, this is only God, because usually Kayla's on campus. Like she has like a morning class and a few afternoon classes, but usually she just stays on campus because it's too much to drive back and forth home for like an hour and a half. Yeah. So usually she's in the student union, which is where they were also shooting. Usually she just sticks there, right? That day she was like, I don't really feel like being here. Like I'm just going to go home. And literally when she left, that's when the shooting happened.
Oh my gosh, moms.
Insane. I mean, as of right now, there's 3 people that have died. One is my old professor, Dr. Navarro. She has 4 kids. Like, I literally took her class. My one friend, Andreas, was in it was in the business school too, which is the freakiest part because literally I used to spend every day there. But my
Yeah.
friend Andreas is still a student there. He was talking about he had to bear crawl out of his classroom because the shooting happened right where he was at. Like, all of my professors had to evacuate. I'm texting everyone I know in the business school, like, are
Mhm.
you okay? My favorite professors, I'm like, what's going on? My one professor wasn't replying back to me, and I was so stressed because it came out that, like, this man that did the shooting was a professor that applied to UNLV and got denied. And he apparently had a list of people he was seeking. And none of the people that he killed were on that list. So who knows who was on the list? But he
Yeah.
came there like with a plan. And yeah, it was really scary. But yeah, my old professor passed away. Like,
Oh my
rest in peace,
god.
Dr. Navarro. And there's other professors too, but mainly it was just seeing that. It was really scary. Like,
Yeah.
everyone that was on campus was freaking out. My neos, I have their location. So I'm looking at their location because I'm like, I hope they're not on campus. They're literally in the student union. As my sister's on the phone with me, like, yeah, they're shooting at the student union right now. So I'm hitting them up immediately. I'm like, okay, let me not call them because what if they're like,
Yeah.
I was just freaking out. I was like, what if they have their ringer on? They're hiding. So I don't call them. I'm like, please let me know if you guys are okay. I see your location. You're literally in the student union. And they're like, yeah, we're in a panic room. Like, they have us locked in here and we're just waiting to come out, but we don't know what's going on.
Oh
So
gosh.
it was a very, very stressful day. I think it's stressful for the people in it and also the people that are waiting to make sure that their family members or their friends are okay. So
Yeah.
all around. And I mean, like, Vegas literally had that huge shooting like not too long ago either
Mhm.
at
Mhm.
Mandalay Bay. So it was just really PTSD. But
Yeah.
yeah, it has not been a good week.
Are they like closing down school early? Like what?
Yeah, no one's allowed on campus
Okay.
right now. And I think they're waiving final exams too, because like final exams are next week. So I think this is very targeted. Like, the fact that students are on campus right now, professors are on campus. It's the end of the semester. Like,
Next.
just very, very sick, very sick.
Mhm. Yeah.
So yeah, it was a lot happening.
Oh my gosh.
But yeah, especially, but I mean, mainly just for the victims, like their families, they literally went into school not knowing on a random Wednesday they're about to lose their lives. And that's just like
Ugh.
insane, insane.
Literally. Oh my god.
So, y'all, please be safe. Like, I mean, I know you can't control when things like that happen, but yeah, I mean, I'm just glad my sister was okay. Because when my mom texted me that, I was like,
Mom, can you?
what? Like, this is literally my worst fear. Like, school
Yeah.
shootings are my worst fear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Heck.
I know. It's been a really rough week for Vegas in general.
Yeah. No, absolutely.
Yeah.
Goodness.
Yeah, not the best note to continue this episode on, but
No. We've been talking for some time. I'm not going
I was gonna say we kind of have, but
Yeah.
you want
But
to
we
kick us off in a topic?
absolutely. So, we are going to be talking about what it's like living with a man. I reached out to some people on TikTok. I made a video on TikTok about like, hey, please give us some tips and tricks. I reached out to my friend. I my friend Paul gonna comment talking about some don't. I said, give me some tips and tricks about living with a man. He talking about some don't. Okay. All right. So I'm gonna go ahead and start off on what works for us and what we've learned. I moved in with Dammy May 5th, sometime around there, May 5th, May 20th, one of those. And well, a few things that work for us is we are both very strong, opinionated people, and I can come off really, really strong and intense, and I don't even mean it. That's just how I talk. So especially having sisters, you just talk strong. Like that just is what it is, and that's your sisters. But your boyfriend's not your sister, which and that's the only those are the only people I learned to live with. So it's definitely going to be a learning curve, but basically, if I feel like I've said something strong, and maybe he didn't feel it, but I feel like that it just doesn't feel right in my spirit, I ask him, was that strong? Or he asked me, was
Mm,
that strong? And I'm like, no, it wasn't. I'm like, maybe like 10%, And like, it
mm,
just keeps us on the same page of like, I didn't mean to come off rude. And if I did, I apologize. Kind of like that.
yeah.
Another one is playing to our strengths, cooking, laundry, cleaning service. I'm not a cleaning woman. Okay. I did it in my mom's house, did it when I lived by myself. But now that Dammy and his Nigerian ways are, if I see it needs to be clean, I'm going to clean it then and there. I am,
Mm,
give me 72 business hours. That's the type of cleaner I am. And Dammy's like, I can't see a mess. I literally cannot see a mess. So, I pay for cleaning, and he does the laundry because he doesn't like how long I leave it in there. I fold. I do hate folding, so we
Oh,
give each
me
other
too.
70. He's giving me set. We have both agreed on 72 hours until, so I think we're at that 72-hour mark. I need to actually fold the laundry after this podcast. But yeah, play to your strengths. We also have monthly bill check-ins, like, hey, what bills are you paying? Or do you want me to take over a bill? Da 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 da. And we also have a joint calendar. We have a joint Google everything. So we have Google Sheets that's titled Dink Bills, Dual Income, No Kids, and we basically say, okay, you're paying for this every month. I'm paying for this every month. Can you take over this subscription? And I'll go into everything I do pay for because we got some questions from the girlies. We also have weekly check-ins, like what do you have planned for the week? It's more so when are you recording? Because that's when he knows he can game.
Mm.
You see what I'm saying? Also individual time. I like to be up under my man. So till this day I still struggle with individual time unless I initiate it and he's like, hey, can we have an individual time? I'm like, why don't you want to spend all the time with me? Like
Aw.
I really like being up under my man. And he's like, for the first time that I remember, my mom came over. My mom, my sister came down and he was like, hey, I'm gonna go to Walmart. And we had been moving all day. And I was like, can I come with you? And he was like, no. And I was like, huh? I said, well,
Ruh-roh. Like,
like,
what
what?
do you mean?
I said, well, can I at least get a prize? Like, you can't just be leaving me and telling me no. So he got me a prize. But like, you kind of have to figure out what works for you. I really do hate individual time if I'm not initiating it. It's not fair, I know, but I just, if I'm not like, yeah, we're doing individual time and he says it first, I'm like, do you hate me? But hey, obviously we know he don't hate me. You see what I'm saying? But yeah, men like video games, okay? Especially the nerds that just had a glow up. At the end of the day, they're still nerds, okay? And they like video games. So honestly, I'd rather have my man playing video games than being outside. All right, because
Mm. Pick your poison.
pick your poison, okay? And it definitely is poison because I'll be like, hey, bro, last night, bro, I literally, because I was like, hey, at 11, we're going to come together and watch our show. We're watching Suits. Cool. So it's like 11:07. I'm working late, and I'm like, oh, okay, Fred, he hasn't came in here. Let me go check on him. It's time to get in here. So I'm thinking he just playing with his one bestie. He hates the word bestie, but one bestie. So I'm like, so he's like, oh, I'm like, hey, sweets, like it's time to go. It's 11, and he's like, okay, bye, George, bro. I said, bye, George, because I know that friend. He goes, all I hear a group of bro men. Ah.
What?
He said, the game hasn't even finished loading. And also, y'all, I don't know if you don't play video games, you won't know this, but men saying they're playing the game and them actually turning on the console, two different things. Because if they turn the console and put on their headset, they can just be chatting with their friends. That's their version of FaceTime because they're just hanging out with their friends. They might not actually be playing the game. I didn't know there was a distinction. They might be literally in the lobby just chopping it up. You know how we have like FaceTime dates? They just all just be chopping it up on the headset.
This is news to me.
Because I'm like, you've been playing the game for 6 hours. He's like, no, it's literally been doing updates, and we've just been talking. What?
Aw.
Like
You
what?
love boy friendships sometimes. They're so wholesome.
So
They just wanna play their little games and
it. That's it. So yeah, men like video games. It's not a boy thing. It's just men are grown up boys, just like women are grown up girls. And I'm just a girl,
Mhm.
so I get it. But also, it's to this day, it's been 4 years, and it's still hard to grasp. Like, why are you playing a video game so long? Anyways, also, men can be stubborn. So if you want to help in a way that may potentially hurt their pride, you might have to beat around the bush to actually help. And if you know, you know. But like, for example, I really want to do an excursion, but we both hadn't got paid yet, but I could like pull from my savings or whatever. And I was like, I had to ask him probably 19 times to let me pay. Like,
yeah,
nope.
I don't know what it is about that. It's like when you wanna spoil them, it's like, "Ah,
Yeah.
ah."
I don't know. And that's
Like,
good because there are some men that will literally leech off you. So, the grass is greener vibes, but like, it's just like at the end of the day, you know what the priority is, and it's getting you to that excursion. So if you got to ask 25 times, you got to ask 25 times. It is what it is. Because at the end
right.
of the day, you know your man best. So do it what works, and then also prioritize dating. When you're living with a man, sometimes it could be like you can just get into the cycle of the regular life or whatever, just the mundane of it all, mundane life of it all, and just prioritize dating. Even put in your budget, like, hey, like $100 every single month, even if it's just going out, sitting at a restaurant, and just chopping it up about your days. Just little
Mm.
things. It really is the little things that spices up your weeks and stuff. And we're actually going to start alphabet dating come January, so I'll keep you guys updated on that one.
Oh,
Um,
love.
oh no, I'm so freaking excited. So we're gonna go ahead and get straight into the questions from the girlies. Moms, if you want to read them, and then I'll go ahead and do the responses.
Okay. So the first one says, "Hey, I'm gonna move with my boyfriend soon, and I need some advice on the process. Faith, how do you and your boyfriend handle the household? Did anything surprise you when you guys moved in together? I know my boyfriend and I are ready for the next step, but I am anxious about it. Thank you, love."
Okay, so living with your significant other will legit be the most eye-opening action you could ever do. So, like, me and Dammy would
Mm.
like, he would come to North Carolina a few times. I'd go to Denver a lot of the times, but hanging out for 7, 8 days that does not compare to actually living with them and
Mm.
understanding how they clean, how you clean, how they eat, how they wash dishes, how you wash dishes, like how they put up food. It's a whole bunch, but it's a learning curve. You're not going to get it right the first time, and we've been living with each other 7, 8 months, and we still don't got it right. But it's fun because we like each other and we love each other. Liking your significant other is so important. I love this man, but if I didn't like him, and if he didn't like me, we
Mm.
wouldn't be able to live together. Also talk through your bills and be open about the debt you have. Dammy does not have any student loan debt. I do. And has been very adamant that he wants us to go into marriage with no debt. And I'm like, dang, that's a lot of money coming out of my. But I'm gonna try to get it as low as possible. I told him that's literally impossible, but I'm gonna try to probably get it to at least 5K if possible. Also make a combined budget if that works for you. If it
Mm.
doesn't, whatever. We don't have a shared account, but once we start saving for the wedding, that will be our first shared account. Once we get married, then we'll have. We haven't talked about that. I'll let y'all know if we end up making a joint account.
TBD.
A TBD. But we're definitely getting a high yield savings account together just to put all that money in there. Also, for us, because we know we're in this for life, obviously y'all can see this ring. And this was even me before I got this ring. I did all these answers. We have separate accounts, but if I need help, I'll help him. And if he needs help, he'll help me. But this has
Mm.
been from the jump. Like, for example, this was like probably the third time I saw Denasia in real life. I had missed my bus back to Arizona. And I was like, because I was so exhausted from the
Oh,
day
yeah.
before day in Vegas. I was so exhausted. And we were just friends at this point. But he literally bought my bus ticket because he was like, you can't stay in Vegas. You have school the next day. And like, I was like, oh, not that he was a trick, but like, he actually liked me. You see what I'm saying? Like, wow.
Rick is crazy. Like,
But mind you, mom, this was like first 6 months of us knowing each other. And we weren't dating at the time. So
yeah.
like, it was, or maybe very, very early, but I was like, oh, okay. And it's not like it's not like, it was like, because no, I need this, you're doing it, and not because you want something out of me. It's because you
Mhm.
truly do like me.
Right.
I'll take it. But yeah, don't be giving no man no money just because. But if it's like a trade for trade, like, oh, I need groceries this week. Can you help me out? Yeah. Oh, okay. Like, we'll see, but like, don't do too much for a man. Okay, that's okay. Please.
Yeah, don't be a sugar mama, but also if you're in a partnership and like you guys are in a long-term relationship, you guys are engaged, like the dynamic is different versus just like some man you might just meet and he asking for $100 for
Yeah,
no reason.
yeah. And it's like, okay, that's $100. If I need $100, will you give it to me? You see what I'm saying?
Mm.
So it's really a case by case basis. But like, again, this was me. I said all this before I was engaged, but at the end of the day, I had been talking about getting married to this man since sophomore year. So I've been at Delulu land since sophomore year, but it's not Delulu when it actually happens. So,
Period. That's
yeah.
manifestation.
Okay, man of his word. Okay. What is it? Figure out what type of apartment works for you. Does a 1 bedroom, does a 2 bedroom, a 3 bedroom? And how many bathrooms will you guys need? Men go to the bathroom a lot. That's like their solace. That is their like kingdom. Like, they will spend probably more time in the bath than the bathroom than any other room in the house. So for us, we did have bathrooms and then one bedroom, and then a office slash game room, and it works so well. But I will say, if you can have two bathrooms, if I could pick between two
Mm,
bathrooms and two bedrooms, I'll pick two bathrooms every single
mm,
time. Because
that's
every
valid.
morning he's in there for probably like 45 minutes, and he'll just be sitting there just swiping through TikTok. Like, okay, all right. Like, I will literally set an alarm to go to the bathroom before him, because if he's in there, it's wraps. I don't know when I'm gonna get in there. So yeah,
That's
men love the bath.
girl. I'm not gonna lie. I don't care what stage of life, marriage, relationship I'm in. I need my own bathroom.
Yeah,
Like, the whole his and her sink. I just feel like I would take up most of his sink anyway, so it's not even fair to him. Realistically, I need my own bathroom. I don't actually, even when like I'm getting ready with like my sister or friends. I like getting ready clothes wise with each other, but when I'm brushing my teeth and stuff, I like that's my solitude. Like I need to be like, okay, like I'm just getting myself together. Like I
yeah.
don't find joy in brushing our teeth in the same sink. Don't. Never did.
Oh, that's so good. Oh, that is so good. But yes, it's definitely what worked. At the end of the day, anything I say, if it don't work for you, it don't work for you. This is what's working for me. Okay. And y'all ask, and I'm trying to tell y'all. If a one bedroom is all you can afford, make sure you have your own designated spaces. We had one bedroom, but we also had an office, so it was fine. And then he made me my own little corner so that I could have my own office space, even though it wasn't like a room. He made sure that I had my own space.
Mm,
And being that close together, you're going to want to have individual time, even if
yeah.
it's 15 minutes. Like, I know it's my man, but from the queen of that, you're going to want your space at some time and point, even if it's not that long. um, okay, so that's we're gonna get into more, but moms, what's the next question?
The next one is, well, it is a question, but it said is net season giving engaged faith? Girl, this season's giving engaged faith.
Literally, and this was back in October 1st, so it was early, but
Oh, okay, that was before then. Yeah,
yeah,
she right.
this is Glenda. I did pop all my nails off last night because I was stressed about my meeting today. I will be getting them tomorrow, so this will be a very you won't be seeing these little nubs very often. But yeah, this is Glenda. She's super super fun. I picked her out last September, and he actually he bought it, I think, soon after that. So yeah, very very fun times. He actually had a ring year 2, but we weren't ready. Definitely wasn't. And now he got a refund and got Glenda. So she's very fun. Love her.
Period.
Love me some Glenda. What is it? So okay, next question.
How? Oh, that's not even it. Hey, could y'all talk about the financial side of moving in with a partner? Faith, how did you and your boyfriend decide who pays for what? Also, what is it when it comes to doing household work? Do y'all split the work, or does one person focus on the majority of the housework? I mean, you already mentioned the housework part, but finances.
Yeah. So I paid for the small shared bill. So what we did when I first moved in, we sat down. It was already stated, like he has already said multiple times, I'm paying for the rent. Like that was
Yeah.
never even a conversation. It was just, this is what I'm doing. So I was like, okay, but I wanted to be fair. Like, yes, you're making a significant more than me, but you also have like a car and a car payment and car insurance, and boy, car insurance is freaking expensive.
Up
So
there.
what I pay for is what we decided on is electric. I pay for electric, utilities, groceries, streaming services, eating out, and household items, and then my individual bills, including my student loans, anything for the house that I bought, things like that. And also sometimes I get in like to these lulls, and like I really don't want to do anything. And like I said, Dammy is a see, if he sees a need, he feels a need. If it needs to be done, he gets it done. And I feel like because I get into these lulls, or like I just get into like sometimes really like anxiety episodes or depressive episodes, he will get off of a full day of work and do the whole house. Like, and then I'm like, oh my gosh, I want to make it up. So I try to make it up, but it's just what kind of works for us. And like, no, and sometimes it doesn't feel fair. So that's why I try to make it up in other areas,
Mhm.
like cooking. Like, I do all the cooking. He does want to start cooking more. I think more if it's like traditional foods and stuff, and just foods that feel more comfortable for him, because I cook my comfortable foods. So starting in January, he told me he will start cooking Tuesdays and Thursdays. That's it.
Oh,
Yeah.
scheduled.
Yeah, cooking papa is cooking papa. Okay. But yeah, so he's more clean than me. Very rare dynamic. He washes clothes and does most of the dishes. I clean and fold clothes. I don't clean them no more because he don't like how long I keep them in the washer. When he sees a mess, he does it. Just basically how he was raised. He was raised by a single mother, and she didn't play. Um, I would say with cleaning, it's 60% him, 40% me. And just because he pays the rent does not mean he can't clean. I I
Mm.
I was seeing a few of the things of the advice that the girlies were saying, and they were like, "Oh, well, because he pays the rent, I clean the whole house." Like, if that's what y'all want to do, if that's what works for you, cool. But like, you don't have you no that don't
Especially
mean.
if you're not a full-time homemaker,
Thank you.
realistically. If you have your own full-time job as well, that's a lot to ask of somebody. Keeping up with the house is a huge job. Like, that is a full-time job.
Yeah, yeah, it is. And like we both are workers, but like I will say my job is less demanding on on a regular basis. Like there are some weeks that are like a little bit more stronger on my end, but like overall, he's a manager. I'm not. I'm not managing nobody. I'm just having. I mean, I'm doing my little job and then taking a little nap, doing my little job, eating, taking a little nap. Like my job really isn't demanding at the moment, but I so I think I'm gonna have some more work, so it might be a little bit more demanding soon, but I will say because I don't clean more than him, I pay a cleaner because that's where I'll just save a little bit money, not buy that many Amazon carts and pay a cleaner. So, and I
Yeah.
found a really good one. If you need a good one in Denver, let me know.
Okay, next one. Where do you go when you get sad?
I go
Or
on a
need
walk.
like a need a mental break?
Yeah, I go on walks. It's really freaking cold in Denver, so we have like a 25th floor, so I'll go up there. But our apartment's big enough, and our other apartment, our old apartment, is big enough to where like I can go in a corner, I can go to the gym. But the thing is, if he knows when I'm off, so he'll try to make it better. Like
Mm.
that's what it is. But if you really need a break and you're really freaking irritated, um, talk it out, and if you need to go somewhere, hide in the walk-in closet, like take a bath. Like there's so many like little hidden codes that you can find, um if you really put your mind to it. But I will say, like, he likes to solve my problems, and I think for type A girlies, because we're always solving other people's problems, having a problem solving man is truly so underrated. Like
Yeah.
that was never on my list. And the girlies that get it. Problem solver wasn't on my list. Understanding man wasn't on my list, but boy, am I glad he is one. If I had my list from when I made it when I was 12, I would probably hate my life. Actually.
Girl, who are you telling? Well, my Evernote got hacked by somebody in Indonesia, so I don't even have the list no more. I tried to find it. Yeah. So, but I know the list was definitely, it was more like I was just trying to recreate my celebrity crushes and
It
what I
was so
thought their traits
superficial.
were. It was so superficial. Like,
Oh,
I think the most personality I put on there when I was real young was like nice, which is very very minimal. Like,
moms, I
and
had
respect.
6'3" light skin. Those are the first two.
Man, man. Well, I'm not gonna lie, sis 3 is still on my list, but it's
My
listen,
list too. But light skin, that's so superficial. Like you're cropping out a whole section of people.
a literal a whole range of shades. That's
Hey,
insane.
yeah, but I mean, going to a white school, it's not really my problem. It's not my fault. It's not my
It
fault.
could have been sis 3 white boy. It could have.
Would have, but no, I didn't on Chad or Brad. I think my only real crush on a white boy was back in like kindergarten, first grade, and he
I
was
was
right
gonna
away.
say
Yeah.
same. I had one in kindergarten, first grade, only because he was the only boy in the class. So
Oh,
yeah, very heavy girl classes in Hawaii.
girl, I forgot. I forgot you'd be moving states. I moved cities for school. You moved states.
Yeah,
I see.
yeah. I remember he liked a girl named Rihanna, and
Anyways,
I said, why you like her?
that's insane. That is insane. But if I'm feeling any sadness, I go straight to him and talk it out. Usually help. Talking it out usually helps. And I don't. Sometimes I like to shut down to this day,
Mhm.
and it's bad.
Yeah.
It's really bad. A therapy has helped. It's definitely less, but like I will literally shut down, and he'll be like, "Would you like if I did this to you?" And I'm like,
Mm,
"Oh, no,
that
friend.
puts it in perspective.
Oh, dang." And I'm like, "You ate with that one little thing. That you ate." And I'm like, "Okay, let me put my percentages down and getting irritated because he don't get irritated with me at all." But yeah, that's really it. If need be, get a bike, go on a bike ride, go on a walk. But like, especially if your apartment is super small. You don't have nowhere to go. Go on a walk, girl, and FaceTime your friend and talk it out. But only the one that you know isn't going to talk about your business, because you still got to go back home to that man.
Facts.
Yeah.
Big on that.
Okay, Mom, what's the next question?
How to get your man in the holiday spirit in terms of decorating.
I would say
Why that one made me giggle.
yeah, it was fun. I was like, he probably here like, I don't want to decorate. Like, what? I would say give him an incentive. Also, he should want to make you happy. So if getting in the holiday spirit makes you happy, figure out why he doesn't feel like doing this small thing for the happiness of you. It may be a childhood thing or a wound, but like talk it out, because like at the end of the day, if you're living together, this is going to be something that you're going to have to go through every single Christmas and Thanksgiving. And if you're a
Yeah.
holiday girly, he should
That's
want to
hard.
do it just to make you happy.
Yeah, tell Scrooge to get out of it, bro. Like, that's insane. But I mean, I also understand some people aren't holiday people.
Yeah.
But realistically, even if it's just putting up a tree, I think it's just the small things.
Yeah. Like, hey, I will do the dishes for 3 weeks if you help me do this. Like, I know that's pretty extreme, but like, or give him like a low
Like a
one, and then
deal.
yeah, so he can negotiate with you, so he feels like you won. Like you knew you was going to do 3 weeks, but like start out with one. You see what I'm saying? Like a little mind game, nothing crazy. So he wants to do 3 weeks of dishes. Okay, what's the next one?
How to tell your semi-conservative Christian family that you want to live with your man. Oof.
Girl, let me tell you. So, before me and Dammy even moved in, this was during college. I had just let it slip because we had this plan. We had a plan that I was going to be long. We were going to do long distance, then we're going to come together. And I was talking about like, oh yeah, when me and Dammy move in, and my dad, I'm a pastor's granddaughter and daughter on both sides. So when I let this slip on my dad's side of the family, and if you know, it's dad's side of the family, okay, and if all my friends know, they know my dad's side of the family. You would have thought I told them I was becoming a prostitute in that exact second. Okay, they were like, you
On the
might,
street.
bro,
Popping cookie.
I was about to strip off my clothes and start in the neighborhood walk, like on neighborhood.
Yeah.
They were like, you might as well stop paying tithes now because you don't want your life to go well, like da 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 da. And I'm sitting here like, and my grandpa over there sweeping like, yeah. My
What?
grandma and my dad are ganging up on me, and I'm sitting here like, I just need to not gaslight myself, but I just need to tell them, y'all, I was just faking. That was just a fake. Just kidding. Because like, what? I'm not going to change your mind because you got to literally like, mind you, at that age, I think I was probably 21. My dad didn't even know how to grocery shop. So it's like, I'm in college, about to graduate, have a job lined up, and you didn't know how to grocery shop? You bought 7 different types of cereal and you used up all your little grocery money in the Air Force? Like, we are not in the same point of life. And I understand your parents don't want you to make the same mistakes as they do, because I was born out of wedlock. But it's like, I would hope you raised me well enough and know I'm like a solid woman to know what I want. And I don't want kids young. I don't want kids out of wedlock. And I'm literally doing the opposite of what you guys are doing. So it's like, I know what I'm doing. Like, yeah, I don't got everything figured out, but more than what y'all had. I can tell you that right now. So for me, what I basically told the person that DM'd me was like, I said, oh goodness, this is a hard one. I'll tap in on this one. For me, I just did it. I literally just did it. I've been independent for a while, and nothing they think or say will impact my bills. Now, if they are helping with bills, that's kind of a little different, but they can like it or not. But at the end of the day, you have to do what's best for you. And I was just in my head when they were yelling at me, I was thinking like, are y'all about to pay 2 different apartment rents? And they literally were pocket watching me. He was like, so you're going to make this much, that's this much, rent's going to be this much. Mind you, he wasn't including health insurance. He wasn't including car payments, no car insurance.
Life.
It's like literally life. Like he was pocket watching me to make me understand that it was doable for us to have 2 rents. And it's like, rent isn't 2 cents like it was back in your day. It's up in the 16 to 2,500 range. Okay, we're not. It's not the same, Buckaroo. And I know you. How do you think I was born out of wedlock? Not like, come on now. Y'all didn't even live in together. I think it was at a church event. That's either here nor there. Unless they want to pay for separate apartments when y'all gonna be over each other's houses every other day, then I don't know what to tell them. Like, that's just my outlook on it. I'm like I said, double-sided Christian's daughter and granddaughter, but like they're not paying my bills, so their thoughts kind of meant nothing. And if they want to talk about you, or like for example, my uncle who has probably like, ooh, he got the most grandchildren, and it's like, sir, you're only 50, 45. Like you can't. Like he called me, he talked about some. Hey, what's that bike you got? I'm like, okay, like here's the link. Like I sent him an electric bike link, and I was like, he's like, how you doing? I was like, oh, I moved him slowly. He was like, how many children do you have? Let's start with that. You have about 7, 8 children, probably 16 grandchildren. You shouldn't be humming at me. You should be humming at them. Okay. And how many baby mamas are that? That's neither here nor there. Okay. So uncles and
Yeah.
aunts will definitely pot calling the kettle. At the end of the day, you know what's best for you. Okay. And it's like, is it worth potentially shunning your parent shunning you? Up to you. But at the end of the day, you're a grown woman. So you really have to pros and cons list and charge to the game. My parents are still alive. My mom was a huge advocate for it because she was like, I love Lola. And it's smart because you guys have to understand how y'all work together. Because you
Yeah.
don't want to walk across that aisle, jump over the broom, whatever y'all do, and then start figuring out on top of changing names and figuring out what it's like to be married young. Like even married under 30 is young to me, realistically. Um, and then also trying to figure out how he washes dishes and how he puts up food. That's a lot. That really hurts the honeymoon stage, I will say. So
Yeah.
that's kind of my thing.
I really feel like, I mean, like growing up, my perspective was always like, okay, if you are, I think this is just coming from a Christian background anyway. It was like,
Mhm.
okay, well, if we're already doing everything married people do, what is the marriage? Like, we already are married. Like, we already moved in for we're engaged, or we moved in for we're married, da 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 da.
Mhm.
And I'm like, realistically, once you get married, you're marrying your man, of course, but you're not moving in with somebody that lifestyle wise you're a complete stranger with. Like
Literally.
you genuinely don't know how they operate, how they work, and you're only seeing them. I don't want to say like they're putting on a front when they're with you. You might be spending it like maybe a week together, living
Mhm.
together, quote unquote, but that's not the same as actually having both y'all names and responsibility on that contract when you sign that
Mhm.
lease. And I
That
feel like
part.
that just adds a whole different dynamic to things. And I feel like when I was younger, I was always like, oh, well, like if we don't move in, if we move in after the marriage and it's like I get something to look forward to, it's actually being married. That's the experience of knowing your partner and learning them. But
Yeah.
then again, it's also like, what if you do that and they have tendencies or things that they do that you literally hate and it ruins the dynamic of your marriage because you literally cannot live together? Like, I don't know. Part of me was like, okay, well, if you love them, y'all work it out. But it's like sometimes if lifestyles don't mesh, you're not marrying that person solely, you're also marrying their lifestyle.
And how do they budget? How do they pay their bills? Do they pay them on time? Because when y'all married, his credit is your credit. Duh. That's why Lola's
Yeah.
so adamant about me paying down his debt. Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's definitely a fun one. Okay, no, somebody that we've already answered that one.
Yeah,
Um,
this next section is just advice from some of the seasoned girlies that I've also been living with their men and like what they learned. So I'll just go down the list. This
absolutely.
first one is from Marilyn. She
Hmm.
said, balance is key. Take your time to understand the why in all areas. Talk about who is splitting your bills and where they're being taken from, like whose bank account. Communicate. Talk about who's doing the dishes, who's making the bed, who's doing the laundry. I'm in my home with my husband. We don't do each other's laundry because the one time I let him do my white clothes, they were no longer white. That's crazy. No detail is too small. Storage space of all things. Once we establish little details and our roles in the home, we've been solid. Hey,
Yeah,
shout out Marilyn. She literally just said everything you said.
yeah, yeah.
Um,
Um,
Nia, my profile, love her. She's always so supportive. I bet she's listening right now.
Probably.
Love you. Thank you for supporting.
Thank you, Mom.
She said, get enough bedrooms for y'all to each have your own space and 2 bathrooms or more non-negotiable. Yeah.
2 bathrooms.
Nia's been married for a minute. So
Yeah.
all these girlies are really like everything they're saying. They are not lying.
Hmm.
Mom, you want to read this next one? This
Yeah.
one's long.
This was from a lady on TikTok. She said, "Sweetheart, let me tell you, you got to be equally yoked to live with somebody. I was day, he was night. I'm a clean freak with OCD, and he's sometimey. I learned more about that man than I could have ever learned living apart. He didn't know he was supposed to clean the bathtub and the side of the toilet, among other things. I literally changed his perspective on how things go. Will I ever live with another man again? Absolutely not. It's overrated. Plus, I like my space to be mine. But it was like living with a grown man child. It wasn't all bad, but the bad outweighed the good. So, we're getting different perspectives here.
Yeah. And I mean, but realistically, she wouldn't known that unless they lived together beforehand.
Exactly.
So, that's why my perspective now was like, yeah, you got to try before you buy, for real.
For real.
Jawad said, also shout out to Jawad. She also has been a very consistent listener. Love you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
She said, after moving with my husband, I've learned a few things. Expect that there will be some clashes and storming as you guys develop your dynamic. Don't see it as bringing your old life in and he's bringing his old self. You are both starting a new life and living situation together. Yeah. Be understanding that not everyone may come from a house like yours. Have patience and give your partner grace. Delegate tasks and don't feel the need to do everything yourself. And don't do wife behavior for a boyfriend.
She's on to something.
She is.
She's on to something. Her Instagram name was Kisses. So.
Oh, okay. I was like, who's Kisses? Okay, hey Kisses. Kisses says, rule number 1, establish boundaries before you move in together. Make sure everyone knows their role, what is being split, who is expected to clean what, who is taking out the trash, mowing the lawn. Rule number 2, be understanding and make space for me time. It is totally understandable to want to be under each other all the time, but that can cause burnout and irritation. Make sure you are respectful of when your partner wants to do something without you. A little space is okay.
That's hard.
Rule number 3, things to talk about before you're moving in. What do our cleaning styles look like? What temperature do you keep the house? Yeah, that's a big one. Mm-hmm. How do you store food in the fridge? In the pot it was cooked in, or put it in the Tupperware? What do you want the house to look like when you get home from work? Hey, them last 3, she ate with that. Because I'm not trying to be cold in my own house.
What do you keep the house at?
I keep it at a smooth little 74.
I keep it at 78. We have 2 thermostats, so I keep this side at 78 and then that side at like 70. 72, 73.
Anything below 70 is out. Like, even when we're sleeping. Because people are always like, I like to sleep in a cold room. What about when you wake up?
Oh, my feet are icicles.
And it's 60 degrees. I'm not getting out of bed.
Yeah.
That's traumatizing. Yeah, no. We're not doing that. And then Josh Nelly says, talk about everything beforehand, including finances, responsibilities, chores, and if you plan on marrying this person, talk about timelines and expectations. Once again,
if you really believe you guys are going to get married, it's not like, oh, I'm waiting for him to talk about it. You guys are a unit. Talk about it. Hey, what are you thinking? You don't have to give me a date, but like, I mean, and he should be a man. Oh, let me take you ring shopping if I know you're picky. Hey, I need to start looking at rings. Like what? Or let's do a girl that's actually engaged at my job. She was saying she did pre-engagement therapy. And I was like, wow.
Oh yeah, I saw people doing that. They're like, yeah, like I want to make sure we get everything out before we even think about that.
Yeah. We're doing a year out. We're doing engagement therapy before, or I guess wedding therapy. I don't know how you call it, but yeah, it's like, it's needed. Therapy never hurt nobody.
Never.
Realistically. And then I have a few from TikTok. One of my friends from high school said, sit down and talk about what you both expect, bills, chores, important things. Always keep things spicy, even though you're together a lot. So I don't know where this was at. I don't know if I put it in. Somebody talk about the frequency of sex. And I was like, oh, that is a very important detail, because typically men would be honestly okay with having sex every single day. A lot of women could not handle that schedule. So like, figuring out schedules that works for you. Is it 1 time a week? Is it 3 times a week? Is it, hey, whenever it happens, I'm cool with it. Talk about it, because when you're moved in and he's like, hey, I'm coming home, I'm ready. Whoa. Now if you're on the same time, cool, but like, y'all got to be on the same wavelength. Because, I mean, the thing is, if men aren't having sex, they need to get it out in another way. So, playing a lot of video games or going on runs. Like, they have to get that energy out one way or another, is what I've realized, what I've learned. Never lived with a man. Also, Lola's my first. So, didn't know nothing about nothing. Okay? And obviously, parents didn't say nothing. So, how would I know? And, I mean, I was no Wattpad like that. So, well, now we're here. Let me go back to my thing. My friend said, spontaneous date nights, random acts of kindness. Oh my gosh. Dammy got me Popeyes and you got me an apple pie. bro. And he knows I love that. Like, it's the little things, bro.
Those pies go stupid.
Bro, I got it out there. I'm so
Stupid.
I, that can get lost when you're just in a routine all the time. So switch it up. Space is needed. It's okay to hang out in separate rooms or even sleep in another room. We don't sleep in other rooms. I literally suggested, I was like, hey, you don't let me watch Modern Family every night. I will sleep in the living room one of these nights because I know you don't want to hear it. He's like, you're not sleeping in the other room. I was like, okay, well, I guess you're hearing Modern Family. Be vocal. Be vocal to your partner because they may think something is up. Overall, she loves living with her significant other. We've created a healthy bond where we are both comfortable and we support each other. At the end of the day, that's what it's all about: keeping our peace and finding peace within each other.
Period.
If you can find peace within a significant other, you're locked in.
That's that's the point. That's the goal.
That's the goal.
If he's not bringing you peace,
then leave.
That's simple.
That's simple. And finally, somebody, Amornique said, I say this because I'm a believer that you must see how someone lives in their space and adapt to you in their space before committing to marriage. My boyfriend and I have lived together for 2 years and have already figured out what works for us as far as compromise, chores, responsibilities, and how to make space for your partner, and I love it. I feel like living together has definitely helped the confirmation that we want to get married because we see how beneficial / easy it is to coexist. I also think something to talk about is the 50-50 or whatever it may be split of bills and household chores. I know this may not work for our relationships, but my boyfriend and I have talked about how I enjoy cleaning as a form of self-care, and I make less money, so it makes sense for most of the bills to be on him. That if it works, it works. Like I said,
Right.
what works for you works for you. Wouldn't work for me because if we did half and half, I would have no money left. I'll tell you that right now. Because he makes a significant more amount than me. But all in all, that really was it. It was really just a lot of facts and like what works for us and what works for other people. And y'all want to know what living with a man is like because nobody talks about this stuff? Here you go.
Man. And you know what? I think it's also like, I don't know if this is just my experience or this is just like type A black girls in general, but I feel like I didn't really have like these type of talks growing up, like especially when it came to like men in general and relationships. It was always like, leave men alone, they just want sex, they just avoid them altogether, realistically. So I feel like when you have that and when you're like dealing with that as a teenager and as like a young adult, you're kind of going into a blind. Like you don't have any, like you're starting off very naive, which sucks to say because no one wants to think they're naive. Everyone wants to think that no one can like pull something on them, but realistically it's like you don't know what you're getting yourself into, and no one really tells you these things unless you have friends that go through them or unless you have that type of relationship with your parents where you can talk about like what's it like moving in with somebody. So hopefully this helps somebody because man, if you grew up in like a we don't talk about relationships and sex type of family, like it's very hard.
So this insight is very helpful. I wish I had. I always sometimes wish I had a big sister because I am like the first to do it. Like it's like I don't even got an older friend that I could be like, hey girl, how, like
bro, literally oldest sister, first granddaughter, oldest cousin. It's
you got me beat with the oldest cousin, but even my oldest cousins, I have one that I look up to, but she also looks up to me. So
yeah. It's a tough road out here. Shout out to the oldest daughters.
Shout out to the oldest daughter. Thank you. If you know, you know. But we didn't do hot topics last time because we both had raging migraines and we were just freaking tired and had work. But let's go ahead and get into some of the hot topics. Moms, let me go into Twitter. What we got here?
Like there's a lot. I feel like there's a lot that's happened, but I gotta think about it.
I've sent you a lot, I will say. I have to like scroll all the way up. Okay, I will say we gotta abolish AI. Like some people just shouldn't have it because it's not a why would you say that, but it's like a why would you do that? It's like this naked Elmo running in Walmart. What?
Like why? No, I do think there needs to be restrictions on AI. I mean, I'm hearing songs that I think exist that don't exist.
Bro, like all the Sesame Street people singing like literally Christian songs. What's going on? And like all the SpongeBob characters, like what?
Bro, I was gonna say Patrick singing Snooze, like insane.
Oh my goodness. Okay. Hold on. What'd you say?
Hold on. I'm just going through because I'm just trying to figure out. I saw something really crazy on TikTok. Hold on, I gotta dig. You go first because I gotta
Okay.
find this. This is
Okay.
crazy.
Some girl said on November 26th, I just got knocked out of nowhere. And then somebody screenshotted one of her tweets talking about some, I've been having sex so good these past days. Woo. And he gonna quote the retweet talking about some, dang, you get pregnant fast. Why would you
Why
say
would you
that?
say that? See how
Why
people just talk?
why are you just clocking her like that?
That's insane.
That's just truly insane. Let me see. So somebody posted a baby of Prince Harry and Meghan Markle's baby. And it's just this real white baby. Like Meghan Markle, that black didn't come in at all. And somebody said Jennifer Lopez is far more beautiful than her.
Why would somebody say, bro? J Lo fans be going for war
Like
on
what?
Twitter.
And somebody said, I could give you $1 million in 10 tries, and you still never guess who's in the pic they are replying to. Yeah, you got me there. I would not be getting that $1 million. I can tell you that right
J
now.
Lo compared to this little baby? Like, are you serious?
Oh, like what? Okay, let me see what else I got over here. While you're looking that up. If you need a little bit of birth control, because I will say being on birth control helps when you're living with a man because you really never know. Somebody said the mom said 2 months ago my son was being bullied at school, so we spent our entire life savings breaking our lease and moving to the best school zone we could. And today, for the first time in his life, he has a friend coming over to hang out after school. Very touching story. Entire
Right.
life saving for that baby to make some friends. Kids are so expensive.
Literally, when I just think about how much it costs, I saw a girl post a picture of like a closet full of like wipes and diapers.
Mm-hmm.
And they were like, is this enough to last the first 6 months? And all the parents were like, you'll be lucky if you make it to 3. I'm talking head to toe. Like,
Yeah, it was a lot. I saw it too. Yeah, it was a
yeah,
lot.
I was just like, what?
That's truly insane. I dated this guy for over a year. He told me not to worry about his baby mama. They got married last weekend.
I can't find. I'm gonna find this screenshot for the next episode because I'm literally digging through my camera roll because it was insane. I can't remember what it was. I just remember being literally shocked. But this girl on Twitter said, "My Secret Santa gonna have the nerve to put tires on their list."
Bro,
It
literally,
got me messed up. That's insane.
why would you say that?
But real low key, they just like me for real.
Yes.
If you ask me for my Christmases, I'm really putting what I need.
What I need, because I'm gonna buy what I want, but what I need, I might not prioritize.
Exactly. But a tire is crazy. Imagine being at like a work Secret Santa and they put that.
Like, you know how much we both make.
If you're getting this tin of cookies, you're not.
That's it, and it might have some baubles and barrettes in it. Like, somebody said, "What do you guys think of this one?" On Tinder, if heaven had a face, I swear it looked like you. In stars, start dry humping your leg.
Oh, wait. Well, he virtually dry humped her.
Like this, like with the stars, start dry humping your leg.
Men are insane.
So why would
Men
you
are
send my
insane.
DMs like that? Like what?
Speaking of men, somebody said she think I'm tripping off her cheating. Girl, I got a whole baby on the way. A kiki that.
They're making it real hard. Because
And they gonna say, just kidding, no. No, you're not.
No, you're not.
You're not. Like,
she just sent you a positive pregnancy test. What?
oh my god.
Somebody posted a whole bunch of fruits and vegetables and stuff. And they're like, I don't think they're off brand, but like just, a whole bunch of whatever. And somebody's like, no shade, you could have got this for free from a church.
Oh. I got a good giggle because I know exactly the type of food it's not off brand. It's just like
it's church food.
It's church food. It's like they have their brand of their own.
Yeah, it's like people go into their cabinets and put it in that box. You know what the box I'm talking about, and then you could have got that from a food pantry. What is it? I don't know if y'all saw Chloe's like bob, but like, where are the locks going? Like,
I need an in-depth explanation because her stylists, I don't know how they're doing it. I'm like, okay, Maybe if we see it from the side, I'll see a hump. Not even from the side.
Because there's a lot of side, and they're beautiful photos. Like, like this freaking shot. Oh my gosh, she
I
looks
know.
stunning. But where's the lump?
I couldn't
And
tell you.
speaking of lumps, oh girl keeps on wearing these big old dresses. Girl, you're pregnant.
These oversized sweaters. We know what's going on. Like, I just feel like she could be using this time to just
Eat.
just eat these maternity looks. Like, you know, you can devour. You're devouring hiding it. So I know she could devour with the belly.
And she looks so beautiful. And she looks beautiful already. But it's just like, even Sierra had a little glitter belly. So cute. Like, oh,
I
so
know.
fun. So
I
fun.
feel like, I don't know. I mean, I don't want to put everything on Rihanna, but I really feel like Rihanna and her pregnancy and how she was just like, I'm just hot but pregnant. Like, that mentality and just using the belly as an accessory really changed the game for the girls. Because now, like, you don't gotta wear ugly maternity clothes because you're pregnant. Like, use it. I know when I'm pregnant, I'm gonna be stunting. Hopefully,
oh my god,
if that baby allow it, because sometimes pregnancy be taking women out.
Oh, my mom was like, I know when you're gonna be pregnant because your nose is gonna spread. Why would you say that? And every single woman in my lineage nose spreads when they're pregnant. Like, it just gets wide, and sometimes it doesn't go back. And I'm like, oh, I love my little nose.
The amount of nose spread videos I've seen where I'm like, it can't be that bad.
No.
Whole different face.
And it explodes, Mom. Like, I think my face is big when I eat too much salt at night.
Like,
I'm gonna pray for that face. Come pregnancy.
I think I literally Googled like how to prevent pregnancy nose spreading. I think that's actually in my search history.
What did it say?
It didn't say you can't do it, and that's why I was so upset. There's nothing you can do, Bookie. You just got to deal with it.
And my mom's nose didn't revert back after her third child.
Okay, so third is the cutoff.
Third is the cutoff.
Or two really.
Two, yeah.
Shoot.
Yeah, after that third one, my mom's body didn't revert back. And I'm like, but then my aunt, I call her kind of like a Conti because she's a cousin / auntie or whatever because she's like our age anyways. She has 3 kids, but she never was on birth control, and she's as small as me. Next to me might be smaller.
See,
like I just don't know. There's not enough research. There's not enough. There's not enough data.
There's nothing out there, and it's like my mom was like, "Oh yeah, like for." I think all 3 kids, she had trouble gaining weight. Like the doctor was like, you need to gain more weight to have this baby. So my dad is like taking her to buy pints of ice cream. Like, yeah, she could not gain weight. And when she had me, she was like 115 after.
Oh,
yeah.
She was tiny.
So she was like, yeah, but she was like, I've always been your size. So I think after Buddy, her 3rd kid, that's when she started putting on weight. But even still now, like she doesn't. So I was like, okay, I'm hopefully, God be willing, them genes kick in. But you just can't guarantee how your body reacts to pregnancy.
All I know is I am going to pray every single day of my pregnancy that I get to the hospital in time for epidural. Because if I'm not there for epidural, I'm only having 1 kid. That's it. I'm not doing it again.
Knock me out, doc. Do whatever you got to do.
I don't care. I obviously I want to see my baby's first breathing moments, like obviously like the movies or whatever. But like baby's first breathing moments, me not being in pain,
tearing, which when I found out about
might not even help with. It just helps with the pain. You still might tear.
When I found out about tearing, I said, tearing what?
I know.
From the rooter to the tutor?
I was waiting for that phrase. I was
because there's no way. Like when I found about that, I'm
so scared.
I said, man,
they don't tell you about
that's why women really be loving their kids. Like,
oh, I know. I'm like, girl, like, what are you like? I'm just a kid, but it's like, no, like, I went through 9 months of horribleness. Like, I went through your teenage years with you, and you were horrible. Like, you're my kid. I put all this money into you with all these field trips and extracurriculars, and then if they pay tuition, even like frack, they done put a lot of money and time and sweat and tears into you. Literally.
So, yeah, that's also part of the reason why I'm very I want to be very intentional about having kids, because I'm not going through that for no reason, or just out of let me just have, like, I'm not having no kid for fun, shits and giggles.
Because I know I won't be giggling. I think the funnest part will be showing everybody the positive pregnancy test, and then from there it's kind of downhill. Like
No,
FaceTime with all my friends with my engagement, I was like, oh my gosh, I could do that again with all my kids, and I'm like, that's gonna be fun. But then it's gonna be like, dang, I'm really pregnant.
now I gotta really push a child. I
One
think
of
the pushing part is what's getting me. I think
my
it's the actual optics of having it. It is crazy. I'm sorry. Just
well, you don't
doing
know.
the process. Like,
Bro, one of the girls I went to Christian camp with in middle school, she's pregnant, and she's been keeping it a secret on her close friend for like the first 6 months. It's been really funny, and she finally posted it, and like all her hoes are gone and stuff. It's a whole thing, but she's like she gonna post on close friends like, girl, why did I just scare myself to push out this baby? Let me go to sleep. And it's like you have to do it. Like you can't
there's
keep it in.
only literally, unless you get a C-section, but it's like realistically, there's only, I don't know, which is worse.
I don't know which was worse.
And C-section is usually, I'm pretty sure, like there's a problem where you can't push the baby out. So that's even scarier because you don't know if your baby's healthy. You don't know if you're going to make it. Like,
The baby isn't like positioned right, and they can't position. Yeah.
Yeah. And how am I going to turn him? Oh my God. I'm getting stressed out. Just like, it crosses my mind like frequently when I
That's
just
the
think about
Roman
that.
Empire, I think.
Oh, easily. Because I'm just like, oh my God, there's just so many optics. And I know women go through this every day. I know,
Yeah.
but I'm just not that woman right now. I don't know.
I have said many times, I don't think I was built for pregnancy. And I have asked Dammy multiple times, can we do a surrogate? And the only way he has said yes, because I've pinged him a few times. I said, what if the first pregnancy doesn't go right? And like something happens and like I just can't have another baby. He's like, we could do a surrogate for the second baby. I'm like, okay, half and half.
Yeah, surrogacy. I also feel like nervous about just because I feel like, what if I don't bond with the baby? Like, that scares me too. There's just, you can't win.
You can't. You literally can't. But I was like, I would, if I have a really bad pregnancy, my first pregnancy, that's the only way we'd be able to have a second child.
Oh yeah,
Because I
easily.
wouldn't
Because
want
it's
to do
not worth
it.
risking your life either.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I mean, I feel for surrogates. Like, they got to be some strong women. Like, to carry a child in you and be like, this is not mine. This is like exterior to me, and push it out and not even be able to hold it. Like,
Mm-mm.
like skin to skin contact. Imagine being the baby.
Bro, honestly,
Like, bro, what?
if one of my babies was surrogate and one of my baby wasn't, I know they'd be like, and that's why you didn't come out of mom. Like, I just know.
You just can't tell them. That's really what it is.
Yeah, that's like an adult thing, but like, how do you even, girl, this is not supposed to be a pregnancy episode.
It wasn't, but man, it's a lot of questions. It's a lot to unpack. Very stressful.
Very stressful.
I mean, neither of us pregnant.
No.
But what if that's how we revealed we were pregnant on the podcast?
And I'm like,
be like, actually, wait, surprise, guys, pregnancy test. Oh, the girlies would probably hate us. They'd be like, they're such trolls.
like the whole episode waiting for why would you say that? Hey, you guys, quick little update.
By the way,
that should be an RBT.
That should be an episode.
You got me there. You did get me there.
Type A black baby.
Type A black baby. I mean, don't hold your breath because you will die. No babies anytime soon. I'm talking about one of my biggest goals has always been I want to get married and then have kids. Because a lot of the people in my family haven't been able to do it, and it just feels like I'm breaking generational curses.
No, for real.
So yeah, that won't be a thing.
Yeah, my main thing is just like, I just want to have a solid, like, selfish travel years with said husband before kids are introduced. Like, I just want time to be husband and wife first.
That part. No,
before we add a third, you know,
or a fourth or a fifth. Yeah.
And just dual income, no kids, realistically.
I love a good dink lifestyle. It's so fun. We're about to go eat out. If we were eating out with children, $100 plus.
Bro, my parents were like, oh my God, bringing y'all to the restaurant was rough. Not to say we weren't like good kids, but for one, Kayla was very gassy. So we just, every time we went out, the waiter asking the order, she just keeps on farting. Like this is the things you don't expect. Like, we can't even order in peace. And you know, baby farts are
crazy. and you don't know if it's gonna be poop.
You don't know. Like, it's sharding daily. You just don't know. Like, it's just so stressful. Guys, I'm so stressed. Oh my god. If I ever get pregnant, I'm gonna be on the podcast like, guys, I don't know what's going on. Like, freaking out. Freaking out. Because I'm thinking about the nose, thinking about the sharks. It's just a long list.
A lot. And like we're not even on pregnancy TikTok. I think we're on like the girl with the list. That's what we're on. So
Yeah.
when we do get pregnant, it's gonna be like, oh my gosh, you guys, this happened to me. And then everybody gonna talk about when I was pregnant. I don't want to hear that.
I don't.
Because everybody right now is, when I got married. Are you still married?
Oh my god. It's just it's a very stressful. I shouldn't be this stressed about it, but it does stress me out.
It does stress me out. Yeah, I think I need I don't even know. I need a bath after this.
No, for real. I'm about to finish Carolyn's because I actually ordered a second. I literally ordered a second plate because I was like, once we're done with filming, I'm gonna be hungry again. Yeah. So I just reordered. Shout out to Carolyn. She put her foot in.
Carolyn. If I potentially am in your city, I'm definitely gonna have to tap in.
Hey, listen, you might have to go to Brooklyn too. I had the best jerk chicken of my life in Brooklyn and macaroni pie.
And macaroni pie?
Yeah.
I never heard of that.
They I don't know why, but yeah, they don't make like just like baked macaroni. It's called macaroni pie, I guess. But yeah.
And we gotta go to that pasta place that they was like hyping y'all up the entire time. With I think you.
Oh yes. No, they made our food with love. Yeah, for sure. That place, that was Upper East Side. Yeah, we're gonna be all over, basically.
We're gonna be all over. So basically, if you say it to the end, I will be in a native city sometime in the next 2 months.
Surprise.
If you say this song.
On that note, if you guys live in New York or New Jersey and are willing to go to a little Type A Black Girl meetup, please DM us. We'll probably make a post actually, so you can maybe just like and comment. We talked about it in the group chat. I know which girlies, for the most part, are in this area, but we will be having a Type A Black Girls meetup.
And 6 girlies like the poll, so I'm actually gonna put everybody in a group chat on Instagram, and we can try to make some shake.
Yeah, say less. Yeah, we just have to get everybody together. So
absolutely. We've been talking, so I think we're gonna hold the calls till next episode.
Oh, absolutely. We're almost at 140. So.
Oh, you guys are gonna be fed this episode. Oh my goodness, because y'all, I can't see the time. I just be talking, and they just see the time. So
yeah. No, yeah, bon appetit. But yeah, guys, thank you guys for listening. We'll see you guys next week. I was gonna say no pregnancies, hopefully, because bro, that just stressed me out.
That's my paycheck is only for me right now. Me and Demi. Yeah. And flights. But we love y'all, and if y'all stick to the end, keep that secret because this is only for the girlies that stayed in town for you.
Facts. Yeah. And if you're a New York, New Jersey girly, please DM us.
Yes.
And we'll see you soon.
Yep. All right.
Bye,
love
guys.
y'all.